Hey everybody, it's Brian Woodworth again. So in this video I wanted to talk about how important and how special every moment that we have really is. And it seems like most people take this for granted. I know certainly I did most of my life actually. And when we get to a point of knowing what we really are, and we understand how special every single moment is that we have, life really becomes magical. Relationships become even more special. They become much deeper, and they just become more magical. So let me explain this to you. It's when we know with absolute certainty what we really are at our absolute true nature, we understand that time is an illusion. Because what we really are at our absolute true nature is infinite. It's ever present. It has no boundaries. So when it's infinite, which is what we really are at our true nature, time is an illusion. Time is really the human experience. Now, let me explain that a little further so that you understand. When knowing what we are at our true nature, that it's infinite, it has no beginning, it has no end, there's no 24-hour clock, or there's no boundaries or limitations of time. And so when you really step back and think about that, and you think about what happens in our lives and what happens in every single moment that we have, knowing that time really is an illusion, it's pretty magical. It's not pretty magical, it's freaking magical. See, I was at the gym the other day and I was having a conversation with a guy, and I had said something to him that resonated with something that he was going through. And it had to do with what he was going through with his dad. And I'd made a comment, something about my dad and my relationship, or lack of relationship that I had with my dad for years. And it resonated with him so deeply that he started getting emotional. And I told him, I said, look, this isn't happening by accident. And I said, as a matter of fact, I usually don't come to the gym at this time of day. So understand that this conversation, you hearing what I said, happened in the precise moment that it was supposed to. And I told him, I said, look, you may not understand this now, but when you get to a point of knowing and understanding what you are at your absolute true nature, there's no such thing as time. Time is an illusion. So when you think and know that time is an illusion, and this situation or this interaction happened when it did, at that moment when I wasn't even supposed to be there at that time, you can understand and start beginning to understand how important and how magical every single moment that we have in our life really is. Because when you step back and you can grasp the idea and the knowing of time is an illusion, you start to think of what happened in every single moment that you're conscious of. And then you start thinking of what could have happened in that same moment. There are unlimited possibilities of what could have happened in that moment, especially when you know that time doesn't exist and time is an illusion. It's pretty freaking remarkable when you think just from a human experience standpoint, where you have a 24-hour period of time and what happens in every single moment of that 24-hour time period. So I tell you this because we're going into the holiday season, and I know holiday seasons are extremely special to a lot of people. But I want you to understand that the holiday season is magical, it's special, and it's when people come together and they're more conscious of the important stuff in life. But I want you to understand that every single moment that we have in this human experience is so magical and is there for a very specific reason. And that reason is to make you become aware of something that will expand you to a higher level of awareness. So please, 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 start to understand who and what you really are at your absolute true nature. And understand who and what you really are is infinite. Time is an illusion. Time is the human experience. And when you get to a point of understanding that, you'll get to a point where you absolutely know how special and magical every single moment we have really is. Now, once you do that, imagine what could happen in your life, in your relationships, when you become so aware and so present to every moment, and you know how special each and every one of those are. So, be present to the magic all around you. Be present to the moment that you have, because when you understand that time is an illusion, and that the only thing that we have is the moment that we're in, life becomes pretty magical and pretty special. Stay well.